Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to our last session of University of Greenwich program preview. I hope everyone has had their lunch and is ready to hear what our early childhood education session is all about. Our event speaker today is Miss Yuan, a lecturer from the School of Education. She has a master's in education and she specializes in psychology. And we also have Miss Kavita. She is our program leader from the School of Education. So they'll be sharing about the program benefits as well as the career prospects in the industry. If you have just completed your SCPM or any pre-U, then you can apply for a direct entry into any of our University of Greenwich degree programs. If you have any questions that you would like to ask throughout this session, feel free to drop your questions in our comments section. Without further ado, let me pass the floor to Miss Sven and Miss Kavita.
Okay, thank you, Maxine. Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining this session. I hope we have viewers here, okay, who wants to know more about the importance of early years education in Malaysia. So myself and Suan will be taking you through the session to go through the benefits of pursuing your career in early years education. So both of us are from Segi College, Kuala Lumpur, from the School of Education. Okay, so can you all view the slides? Sue can see the
Yes,
slides?
correct. We can see it, Kavita.
Okay, great. Okay, so early years education is quite important uh, in when it comes to choosing your career. The reason because um, uh, the child, right, the child's development begins right from the time life begins in the mother's womb. So it is like it is not something very easy process like we think. Oh, sometimes people don't even realize the development of children when they are so young, right? But every minute, every day plays an important role in their development. So from the time life begins and until they are 6 years to 8 years, we consider this as the early years period. And during this period, children need the utmost care. So that means they need our guidance because they are dependent human beings. Okay, they are adults are independent human beings, but children are dependent human beings. So they need our guidance. They need our care, right? So that is why early years education is very important. So you're going to see why pursuing your degree or your diploma in early years is important and how we are different at SEGI. Okay, I pass it over to Sue now.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Kavita. Okay, let's go on to the next slide to see in terms of the important dates of Malaysian early childhood. Kavita, I think we need to go to the next slide.
Yeah, I'm at the
Oh,
next slide.
oh,
You
is it?
can't. Yeah,
Can the viewers see the second slide? Just let us know.
okay. Maybe 1 minute. Sorry for the
No
technical glitch.
worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Sharing docs, Google Tools, StreamYard. Okay, but it's not moving, Sue. I'm
Uh, are you click? Are you in the presenter view, or when you click the next slide for the presenter view?
wait. Can I stop screen first?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll try to share. Okay. Can you view, Sue?
Yes, yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I apologize for the technical glitch that we had right now. But yes, we were on the topic on why is pursuing your degree important in terms of the early years education. So, given the importance of early childhood care and education, it is very important to put uh, a lot of emphasis and importance of the overall development of the child. So the Ministry of Education has been putting a lot of efforts on increasing the preschool enrollment and ensuring that all children will have the access to quality education. So you can see on the slides by year 2020, an emphasis has been placed for full preschool enrollment and equal head start in education for all children. Malaysia has also imposed a minimum qualification of at least a diploma in early childhood education for all preschool teachers in the country. So, in today's sharing, we would like to introduce to you our degree program in early childhood education, or the bachelor's in early years education, and how you can actually stand out from the crowd and be different from the rest of the people by studying this degree or this bachelor's.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sue. So now we are going to look at how University of Greenwich degree in early years education will benefit you all. Yeah.
okay,
Um,
so in terms of the program aims, what will you be really learning and achieving if you take up this degree is that you will have and develop a deep understanding of the need to encourage children's overall holistic development, which will focus on the physical, intellectual, social, emotional, and language development. Not only that, you will learn how to have a good partnership with families in context that values children's rights, equality, and inclusive education as well. The program also aims to prepare students to model the skills and behavior required to safeguard and promote high quality outcomes for young children ages 0 to 6 years old. And it also aims to prepare students for the different changing contexts. Okay, so not only to focus on the past and how teaching children were, but also to focus on present and very much the future to be adapt to be adaptive to the different changes that we face in the early years settings, and also to have a critical, reflective, and analytical skills in terms of the theories that we learn about children and development, and also on your own teaching methods when you are teaching and educating young children. And besides focusing on the knowledge and theories that we go into in this degree, we also the degree also aims um, to make and to encourage students to become effective leaders. So this is really seen in the third year of this degree, whereby all students are encouraged to become agents of change in wherever they work. So, be it in the early childhood, preschools or kindergarten.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
these are the program aims of this degree.
Yeah. Thank you, Sue. Thank you so much for ensuring that our viewers understand the program aims of Bachelor of Arts in Early Years Education. So I would like to share a little bit about the importance of being the agent of change. So being in the early years industry, early years setting for so many years, I have noticed that we have to be the agent of change continuously. Okay, so it's like non-stop. So every year, there are changes in the earlier setting. So I've also noticed that this program helps our students develop the characteristics of the agent of change. So the characteristics could be the clear vision. Okay, any person who would like to bring changes in the community must have a clear vision, and they must be very patient because they cannot expect changes to happen overnight, right? So there has to be a lot of patience, and at the same time they need to be persistent, right? Never give up on what changes they would like to bring. And other changes could be on, they should be ready to ask tough questions to the community and to the government, especially if they are not willing to support the earlier setting. They should be able to advocate on behalf of the earlier industry and the people, right? And they must have strong relationships, okay, basically built on trusts among the earliest community. So these are some of the characteristics of agents of change we develop in our program. So, moving forward, we would just like to touch base on what we will be covering in different years in our degree program. So, when you look at year one, right, we have a lot of subjects that are so interesting. Basically, all these subjects you will be studying so that you understand partnership between families and the earlier setting, and also how you can support the well-being of children. Okay, because the overall well-being is very important for children. So and the some of the subjects are quite interesting, like the world from a child's perspective, and how do you engage play among children, and at the same time play becomes very fruitful for them, right? So that will be year one. And moving on to year two, we have subjects that focuses in curriculum. So that means how our students can be very good teachers and apply pedagogical aspects when it comes to handling children and delivering knowledge to our children. So one of the subjects is our students have to come up with outdoor projects that would support children in their learning. So and they will insist on bringing children outdoors, okay, on play based approach. Okay, that's one subject. And Sue will talk about the subject she handles, which is social policy and pedagogy.
Yeah, thanks, Ms. Kavita. Okay, so another subject that you will have in year two would be social policies and social pedagogies. So in this subject, it's more towards thinking about different ways of viewing early childhood education through the exploration of various theories and also pedagogies and different approaches to teaching as well. So as Kavita mentioned just now, it's more focused towards the curriculum. For example, in the context of teaching children during the COVID-19 pandemic, what are the best approaches to teach children in this context? Or yes, and also students will also have the opportunity to explore other meaningful topics as well, such as the topics on children's rights, social agencies, and how do we get children to actively participate in their own learning, and as well as many other interesting topics.
Yeah, that's very important, right? So active
Correct.
participation. Yeah, it lacks a lot in many preschools. Okay, children always do passive learning. Okay,
Mm.
so yeah, very good. Thank you. And moving forward in our year 3, we do have subjects that will help our students to become leaders and managers of the earlier setting, right? So they also will be working on their research project in their final year. So this gives them more insight, and they go very deep into earlier the content. They will critically analyze the reasons why certain practices are in certain way, and that helps them to be more thoughtful when they practice with children in early years later on. Yeah, so that's year 3. And moving forward, sorry, we are going to discuss and look at benefits of studying at degree level in University of Greenwich. Yeah, so we will look at how it would benefit children and families, and also it benefits a person personally and also professionally. So here we would like to reiterate on the professionalism. So any early childhood practitioner is called as a professional, okay, because they also have to follow ethics in their career, right? Ethics, and they must have the right attitude, and they must have right skills, okay, to practice as earlier practitioners. So that is why here professionalism plays a major role, okay. So the program content, okay, when it comes to year 1, they focus on children, families, and the workforce, and year 2 focuses on curriculum, and year 3 focuses on leadership. So these are all the areas that we cover, okay, when students are doing the program. Like they cover child development. They learn a lot about child psychology, and what are the policies involved in taking care of children's rights, right? Philosophical viewpoints. So they will be doing a lot of research with theories and legislations, of course, okay. So they will go through all legislations, especially Malaysian and the UK legislations. So that would give them more knowledge about children's rights, okay. Here many people don't even know that children have rights. They think children will do whatever the adult tells them to do. Like I say, you do. Practice is there very prominent in our society. I think by doing this degree, definitely the students, the people who do this program will definitely be more aware that every child have their own rights, okay. So that will be covered, and of course all the curriculum areas and how children learn will be covered, and each and every subject will cover diversity, inclusion, and equal opportunities, which we all are fighting for, okay, until today. Okay, we live in a diversified society, but we still do not enjoy equal opportunities and inclusion. Okay, so students will study, and that's how they become agents of change after they have gained the knowledge. So we would like to explore the role of earliest practitioner here. Okay, so pass it over to Sue. Sue will take over from me now.
All right. Thanks, Kavita. Okay, so by now we know that it is very important. That no doubt that high quality education is really important. So this is also emphasized in the Nut Brown report 2015. Just to give you a little summary on what this report has stated, that it is very important to make sure that the early years workforce has the necessary skills, qualifications, and experience to provide the very best for our young children. And hopefully, after what we have shared to you until now, we hope that you can see that the degree that we offer here in SEGI really aims to equip you with not only the knowledge, but also the skills and hands-on experiences, so you can go on to be a highly qualified educator for young children.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the next slide, we see in terms of certain principles that we really place in our degree program. Things like partnership, so working well with not only the families as well, but also the communities. How do we work with good partnership with the children, the family, and the communities to educate children, to have principles of high expectations on equity and equality, mentioning the children's rights, have a respect for diversity, and also have an ongoing learning and reflective practice throughout all the contents that we learn in our subjects. Over to the next slide, we can see some practices. In our subjects, we put a lot of emphasis in terms of what are the holistic approaches we can use to foster the overall development of children. How can we scaffold children and be responsive to their needs? How can we encourage children to learn through play, through different experiences where children will also enjoy the process of learning? How do we create meaningful learning environments for children? And how do we build strong attachment with them? And also, we also will learn how to assess children in terms of their growth and development as well through this program.
Yeah. Thank you, Sue. So that's how you become a champion in early years education. And the settings that have staff with higher qualifications have higher quality scores, and their children make more progress. So we would like to reiterate, because quality matters, and our degree program from University of Greenwich definitely will cater to the needs of quality. And moving forward, I would like to state the EPSE report. So the EPSE report says that children who attend preschool, right, that means from 3 years up until 5 or 6 years, if they do either part-time or full-time, they showed increased outcomes, okay, when they grew up, like when they go out of the preschool years and they move to their primary and then elementary, and then they become young adult, like during their adolescent stage. So you can see them outperforming, and at the same time they are more confident, and they know they have self control. Yes, that means they can regulate themselves, okay, during their adolescent stage. Because adolescent stage, you all know, right, it is the stage, you can call it as cat on the wall, right? We always say you can either go in the right pathway, or you can go totally to the wrong pathway. So that is a very sensitive stage, okay, where we get attracted to peer pressure and other media pressure and social pressure, and so many pressures will affect a child. But if the child has good earlier platform, okay, foundation, definitely the child knows how to self-regulate himself or herself during their adolescent stage. So this is the EPSC report. And moving forward, teachers in the kindergarten will need to have at least obtained a diploma in early childhood, right? This is according to the government by 2020. But in so many other countries, you need a degree to teach, right? Without a degree, you cannot teach. You cannot become a full-time teacher, right? So soon Malaysia will implement the rule, that they will enforce this rule. So that is why we are preparing our students who are doing diploma with us currently to pursue their degree in early years. So, what can we do with this qualification? There are a lot of things you can do with your degree qualification. Like you can work in the earlier setting, either as a teacher, or you can even apply the post of the principal. Yes, you can become a curriculum developer. Okay, and you can also set up your own earlier setting. Okay, you can become a young entrepreneur, and you can do your post graduation, like you can pursue your masters in early years education or education, and you can also apply for direct PhD in all the universities in Malaysia, and also you can apply in University of Greenwich. Yeah, so after degree, if you get through, like you must have 3.3 and above CGPA, then I think you qualify to get a scholarship. Okay, so you can straight away do your direct PhD also, right? So you can, and you are also eligible to work with children with special requirements. Okay, and this is just a few things that we have pointed out. You have endless opportunities. Okay, with this, so many opportunities are there. So this degree will definitely help you to stand out in a crowd. So you can see here, okay, so our students, this is a small picture with our students, and there's Jill Harrison, our link tutor from University of Greenwich is there. Some of our students who went to UK to finish their final year, and they graduated there. And our students are working currently in Australia, in Singapore, in China, and some of them are still in UK working, right? So you can go to all these countries, and Singapore especially, Malaysian preschool teachers are in demand in Singapore. Okay, so you can see that because SEGI conducts this placement services. Recruitment agencies come once a year, and they do the on campus interviews with our students. And if you are selected, if you are eligible, you get a job with a lot of perks to go and work in Singapore, and you get to explore the best practices in early years education. Yeah, so these are some of the career opportunities that is guaranteed by doing degree in early years education. So Sue will talk about student what students say about our program.
All right. Thanks, Kavita. Okay, so these are just some feedback from our students after they have joined in and taken the degree in early years education. So there are a few on the slide. Okay, overall, I'll just do a summary. Um, Anonymous 2017 has mentioned that they found better helped the degree has helped him or her to develop a better practice, become a critical thinker, and develop confidence as a educator. Roxanne, the program has full of variety. The assessments are interesting, not just boring essays. So as we mentioned, this degree will provide you with a lot of hands-on experience. I gained my early years degree, and now I lead the curriculum practice in my settings and made some lifelong friends. This is by Maria, 2015. And on the next slide, we have a few more feedback. Rashvir, I got employed in my placement, and now I lead the room. So as Kavita mentioned just now, there is a lot of career opportunities for you to not only work in Malaysia, but as well in other countries, example, Singapore. Leanne, weekly lectures give me an insight to holistic child, to learn about the overall development of the child in terms of their physical, intellectual, language, emotional, and social. The knowledge and skills have been acquired in the program made me more confident in leadership abilities, noted by a few of the trainees in their final year evaluation. And lastly, practical workshops were great. For it introduced me to concepts in teaching approaches. Yeah, so these are just some feedback
Yeah,
gained from our students.
yeah. Thank you, Sue. It's just so lovely to have feedback from our students. See, you don't just write boring essays. Okay, writing essays could be boring for many youngsters. So you don't do just that in our degree program. You have variety of assignments. The way we assess our students is like so lovely. It's like so hands-on. You go out to do your outdoor project. Okay, you work in the field. You pick up a lot of skills which you would have never thought about doing it. So many things, and it also helps you to become a great reflective practitioner. Okay, so in everything you do, you reflect. Okay, you reflect and you ask yourself many times what you are doing and what children are learning, is it effective? Okay, so as you reflect, you tend to rejuvenate yourself as a better teacher. That is why all the student testimonials says that they have picked up confidence from our degree program. Okay, thank you so much for staying with us for this long. Yeah, if you have any questions, please post it in the chat box, so we would like to answer the questions for you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the
Thank
session.
you.
Right, thank you so much, Miss Kavita and Miss Sue Ann. All right, we have come to the end of our session today. I really hope that our audiences have gotten a few takeaways from this session to help them decide on pursuing a degree in early years education. Once again, thank you, Miss Sue Ann and Miss Kavita, for giving us such an informative and exciting preview on the University of Greenwich Early Years Degree Program. Just to emphasize once again, this program is your direct route to degree right after STPM or any other pre-U. So just go ahead and apply with your latest results. If you have more questions for us, or if you have now decided to join our intake, do head over to this Google form link in the chat that I'll be sharing right now and submit your information to us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'd like to thank our speakers once again for their time and for their invaluable contribution to today's session. On behalf of SEGI Group of Colleges, thank you all for tuning in today, and we hope to see you join our University of Greenwich degree program. Have a great weekend and bye!
Bye bye.